Hello, America, and everybody else that's paying attention. I am D-Real. That's Theo B. And this is Friday Vibin. Come vibe with our vibe for a little while. And if you like it, you come back for more and vibe with us. Grand Madam's in the building. Hey, Grand Madam. How you doing? She say hi to me.
Grand Madam, what's good? Grand Madam, what good in the hood? What good in the hood, Grand Madam?
And she say hi to you. She also say hi to our potential guest. We'll see if he makes it back in here. He dipped out. I seen him. He dipped out.
man might have had something he had to tend to. Might have had something he had to tend to.
And that is the reason I'm not talking crazy.
The reason that we're here. The reason that we got to get this. We got to get this podcast going, man. I'm tired of getting stuck like this here. Be wanting to put some music in and everything like that.
I get it. I
want to do what you do on Wednesday.
What did we need? A radio station. Not a podcast.
I want to do what you do on Wednesday, man. I want to be able to come in there.
A radio station then. So yeah, matter of fact, they're doing some 24-hour thing for Day of the Dead, and they want me to stick my face into place. So between Saturday and Sunday, it's gonna be Saturday. Yeah, y'all ain't messing with NFL. It's gonna be on. It's gonna be.
Ain't messing with college football. We got them Georgia Bulldogs against them Florida Gators tomorrow.
Gators gonna get stomped out. Ain't nobody.
Whoa.
Ain't nobody got no illusions about that.
Man, you know what, man? You know how long we been kicking the Bobo big bro? How long we been rocking with each other? 3-4 years now.
Long enough.
Yeah, I ain't never said nothing bad about the Kansas City Chiefs. So why we gotta do that?
You a Gator fan?
What did you say was gonna happen to the Gators tomorrow? Because I might have misunderstood you.
I said they was gonna get stomped out.
Oh, my bad. I misheard you. My apologies, big bro. My apologies. Y'all know my hearing ain't like you.
I know about you in Georgia, man. I'm not gonna say nothing crazy.
Y'all know my listen. I ain't trying to be petty, but I feel bad for all my Michigan Wolverine fans out there.
Well, well, you know what? They lost a lot of players.
I'm being petty.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone then.
Watch this. And I don't even know what to say about my Ohio State Buckeye fans. But then again, we did beat them. You know what I'm saying? The college football playoff. Once again, we beat them.
Ask Cam. He seems to be a huge Ohio State fan. Perhaps he has the answers.
Who, Cam Newton?
No, Cameron.
You talking about
that? What was that face?
Cause I'm like, wait, Cameron, boy,
yeah,
Cameron,
boy, yeah.
You know what? Man, God bless him.
Let him tell the story. He has a very storied history as a basketball player at the Rutgers and playing on a non-professional level. I'm just saying.
Hey, all I'm gonna say to that is this. I've heard more stories involving Prince playing basketball than Cameron playing basketball. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey, I ain't gonna say nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm a chill, but yeah, anyway.
That's all. And watch this. You say basketball, and because I ain't saying he ain't did it. I'm just saying you usually have some stuff around you when you was him or her at something. You usually got something that pop up somewhere. I ain't never seen a basketball pop up nowhere near a Cameron video. Now, maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong, but I ain't never seen Cam pull up, dribble, guard nobody, D up nobody, be around a basketball goal, have some shorts on, tank top, headband, nothing, Jordans, Adidas. That's Adidas for y'all that don't know. All day I dream about sex. That's what that is. Adidas, Under Armours, hell, Pumas, Converse. I ain't never seen Cameron like that.
Did you know that the guy who created Adidas named it after himself?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the guy.
Black history facts, y'all.
Well, I don't know about black. They was German.
I'm just saying we wear the shoes. The hell, we wear the damn shoes.
Adi Dassler.
Oh, listen, here we go. My Adidas. Yeah, we do. We go back to the Run DMC.
Funky Fresh, and yes, cold on my feet. Yeah,
my Adidas.
Well,
there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There you go.
Surprise.
Big Dad, what's going on, big dog?
Hey, man, how are you?
Man, we vibing. It's Friday.
Hey, we're here. You're here. So now it's a party.
Yes.
I have a question, sir, because I was perusing your stuff.
No, not perusing.
I came across a image or two that caught my attention. What was we thinking about in that picture?
Oh, I was thinking how cold it was, because it was cold as hell when I was doing that photo shoot.
Wait, hell no. That what he look like without locks? God damn.
That's what I look like without locks and like a little mini beard and glasses. That was old.
It was cold. That's why you got that face, because it was cold.
Yes, it was freezing. I was freezing. I was like, shit. I was like, take the picture, brother. Take the picture. Damn.
Where did you take that picture at?
In New York City.
Oh yeah, he was cold. Okay. He was cold.
Yeah, he looked like take the picture. Y'all better hurry up and get.
He was cold.
But I had a question. That was my question. I saw that picture and I'm like, he mad at somebody.
Oh no! It was the photographer. I forget his name. Dope dude, but he pretty much was just like trying to. He's like, hey, let's do different variations and do different like character looks and stuff.
Right.
But it was like, I think it was like something like we were like near the water and it was like November or something in like 2015. And I was your boy was cold.
Bro, look here, Big Dave. I used to live in New York. You ain't got to tell me. You ain't got to play cold to me. That cold up there, the cold to have you walking backwards with your face, Vaseline on and everything like that. Yeah, that's a different type. They call it the Hulk. That's a different type of cold up there. No,
I thought that was Chi-Town.
Oh yeah, no man.
I ain't never been to Chi-Town, so I can't.
They got a big old lake up there, and when the wind come up off that sucker, you feel it.
Oh yeah,
I mean, like New York is an island, right? New York is an island, right? Okay.
But we talking about a great lake. This is a lake you could see from the atmosphere.
Let me tell you something. You know why they be talking? It's an island, so the rats is like the plumbing is in the water. It's cold. It's cold. Yeah. You not understand. I can't speak for Chicago. I ain't gonna do that. I'm just saying.
And I cannot speak for New York.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, you gotta have Vaseline.
Chicago, though.
Do you have to have petroleum jelly on your face in Chicago? Vaseline and testing kit.
You probably don't want to put petroleum jelly on your face in Chicago because it might freeze up.
Oh, well, you need that in New York to keep stuff sliding off, to keep your face from locking up. It's cold up there. Like I said, I ain't saying
I'm gonna just put on a shiesty and call it a day. I'm not trying to stand out there with my face exposed.
Watch this. You ready? How about I'm just not gonna be there when it's cold?
Ding, ding,
Damn,
ding,
damn
ding,
all,
ding, ding, ding,
damn all
ding.
that other stuff.
Winner, TV dinner. Graham Adams says hi, David.
Hello.
And
Hello,
Camellia
friend.
says welcome. And Byron is just smiling.
Byron,
because he just
AKA T'Challa.
No, Blade.
Both live action and voice action. Yeah. That's how we doing it.
He wants his T'Challa audition.
Well, I mean, like I said, we just got.
He
I
can
just got to get that.
do T'Challa. He can do T'Challa. Have you seen Byron before?
He done done.
No,
he done done T'Challa.
He got a couple movies on Tubi. Hey, Byron, drop the name of a couple of the movies that you got on Tubi, so Mr. Crownson can check you out and be like, he probably make a pretty good T'Challa. He got one of those movies where it's like a crazy dude and he beating up his girlfriend. And
oh wait, let me see. Is Byron Smith? That's his name?
Byron Smith. Yeah. We got a little short video where I'm doing like a little picture comic book or whatever, about like maybe 2-3 minutes or whatever, and he does the voiceover work for T'Challa.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, we know some people.
Yeah, I ain't trying to wait on nobody to give me what I can produce myself. I ain't trying to do that.
Siobhan, good afternoon, evening, sir.
Big JB in the building.
Ronnie J is in the building. And Black Panthro, once again, is in the building. You've been pulling up, Panthro. You've been pulling up, and I, for one, appreciate it. Did you find him?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, that's our Byron. That's our Byron.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
Okay,
I noticed a lot of cool stuff.
I noticed from your social media, Dave, you're doing conventions.
Yeah, I did. Just came back from New York Comic-Con.
Okay.
Give us the tea.
We need that.
It was a convention.
Is givable. The tea.
It was a convention. I sold some comics, and yeah.
That's about it. You just didn't nobody go, hey, David.
A bunch of comics. That's it.
Okay, you got money.
I don't know about all that. I had money, but like what you said before, I don't want to wait for anyone to produce something that I'm making. And typically, the money that I make from conventions, I'll reinvest it back into certain projects.
Sometimes that makes sense.
So like this other comic I'm doing, I was waiting on like other partners and investors for it initially, but I'm like, nah, I don't feel like waiting like months and months and months to have y'all give me money for this. I'm just gonna keep doing conventions and just produce this myself.
Ain't nothing like, I was talking to my wife the other day. There's nothing like when you can do it for yourself. The buck stops with you, starts with you, begins with you. You ain't got to rely on nobody, and it's a double-edged sword. But it not having to rely on anybody, you gonna get it done. You be like, I ain't gonna put myself out there like that. Let me go ahead and handle my business. So, I definitely salute that all day. There ain't no need to waiting on nobody.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm petty moment here. Very petty. SWORD. How is that word pronounced?
Sword?
That's what I thought. He says sword.
It's been pronounced like that since, well, I don't pronounce it like that, but your boy did that back in the day with the Ghetto Boys.
I know.
I was like, that's not how you pronounce that word.
That's the very reason I brought it up, because I remember that lyric, and I said the same thing when I heard that lyric. I live by the sword. I take my boys everywhere I go because I'm paranoid. I said, wait a minute. Did he say sword? He said sword. Is that the word, or is it sword?
Hey.
I'm sorry. That was my petty moment.
Hey, he said it with so much confidence too. I live by the sword.
Sword.
No,
Yeah, he
you
said it
don't.
with his
No, you
whole
don't.
chest. With his whole chest. And I like sword. Sword.
Hey, we got highly influential young black kids out here and everything like that, and you done effed up the word for a whole damn
I'm
generation.
gonna cut you
Damn it.
with my sword if you don't leave me alone. Learn to say it first. Question again.
Yes, sir.
Halloween. What does Halloween hold any kind of significance, joy, something for you?
Not really. Like, I don't know. Like Halloween, like I think it's fun to see costumes and the cool things people do. But I think ever since I started doing more conventions, like Comic Cons kind of seem like Halloween in a
I
way.
can imagine. I can
Right.
imagine.
Like like I think I saw like there's a guy who was cosplaying as Eddie Brock Venom, and he had this amazing like puppetry thing of like Venom shooting out from his shoulder, but it was actually his arm. But he just the craftsmanship of how he did this, and
Okay.
it looked so cool. And then like I was thinking about it today, where I'm like, oh, Halloween. It's really cool to see different people in costumes. Like I think it's fun to see people in costume, like or even like celebrities, like what's his name, Jonathan Majors and Megan Good
We
were
just
dressed
saw
up
that.
as
He just showed me the picture.
yeah
Yeah.
yeah 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 yeah
That's
like
good cosplay. That's good cosplay. That's very good cosplay.
yeah like that's fun.
I
Yeah.
like to see. I love. I get enjoyment seeing us do it, seeing us doing it, and we showing out when we doing it. Like not the cheap costume, but I enjoy it when we go out and we cosplay and we didn't put time and effort into it. I'm like, see, ain't nobody looking for us to do that. Ain't nobody looking for us to do that. That's what I'm talking about right now.
It's a lot of people down Atlanta way that take their cosplay real serious. And I've seen a couple of them. I'm like, ooh, that looked like, they put some work into that. They didn't just
You got to give it up to them.
They just throw on a sheet and run out to the convention. You know what I'm saying? They crafted some stuff. I'm friends with this gal named Kate Gray, and she does like daily cosplay. So I'm like, what? You got to have either a lot of time or a lot of material on your hands to do a cosplay every day. And I ain't talking about just some stuff whoop 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 thrown together. I'm talking about detailed, like, wow, you put some work into that every day.
Well,
Oh yeah.
Some characters I ain't even heard of before, like a few anime characters. I was like, who is that? I don't know who it is, but you look good doing it.
It ain't that hard for me to believe when I take into consideration. That's just me thinking about it when you mention it. When I think about what we do on a daily basis, we're committed to what we do, whether it's a hobby or whether it's a profession, we're committed to it. So if what they're doing is a hobby, we don't need to be necessarily asking how they can afford it when what we do ain't cheap.
True.
It ain't cheap at all. And we ain't doing David, that's Dave's job. That's Dave's job. Me and you doing, we ain't where he at. That's all I'm saying.
Trust and believe. I am well aware of that. I'm very well aware.
We're trying to get there. Trying to get there.
But I guess where I'm at with it, the last time, well, not the last time, but I guess the best cosplay I did, I guess, was at a SenshiCon, which is kind of like an anime sort of convention. I think like 2015. Me and my wife went as Blade and Celine from Underworld.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, that was pretty cool. That's pretty cool cosplay. I enjoyed doing that one. That was because I had the vest, I had the stakes, I went all in. You know what I'm saying? So I get the level of work that got to be put into it to make it look authentic. Yeah, and they tell people don't judge folks by their body types. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some people that do some really fantastic cosplays, but because they ain't shaped exactly like Thor or they ain't shaped exactly like Storm, people don't pay attention to.
Oh yeah, like I think they were trying to shame a dude who did this really great Goku. Um, it was like Goku as a Super Saiyan, but he had like the perfect like Super Saiyan wig. He had like green eye contacts, and but he didn't have like 2% body fat or something like that, and he had like a little bit of a belly, and people were trying to shame this dude. I'm like, yo, he looks cool. So
They
like
just
that
did what
that
they couldn't do.
Oh,
yeah.
Byron put his movies in the
Oh, nice.
so
That's how we do it.
he letting y'all know that where you can
Mhm.
watch him at.
Byron said
And
he got his.
Paul said he live in New York and he never been to the Comic Con.
Oh, Paul, you gotta change that. Like, definitely try and go. It's a lot of walking, but it's a fun time. Like, I think
You
I've
get your steps in. You get your steps in.
yeah,
He
yeah,
also said the Black Comics Festival at the
yeah.
Schwartz
Schaumburg, yeah.
Library in Harlem.
Hmm.
See now he naming off stuff. So I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's a great comic book convention. I've done it. I've always done it every year. Um, yeah, typically. Actually, I don't. Well, actually, they do have a cosplay like contest there on Saturday.
That's
So like
always
I've
fun. That's always fun.
yeah, yeah.
Um, Paul said we often see better costume design from cosplayers than Hollywood.
Oh yeah, because Hollywood. Well, I don't know. I think like I've been trying to figure that out. I'm like, oh, why are certain things in Hollywood they have like the raw money to make it happen, and the budget and like all the technology. But I'll see a cosplayer and they might look cooler, but there's a multitude of reasons. Like I think I saw there was like a debate when X-Men Apocalypse came out, and the Apocalypse in that movie didn't look like the dude from the comic,
At
and then
all.
at all. And then there was a cosplay where this dude looked exactly like he just walked off of the comic book page, and they're like, "Yo, like why couldn't they, do this version that's based off of like the comic book, the animated series, and this
A
dude
lot of
from
it
Newark,
has to do with the actors too.
I
yeah,
think,
Maybe Oscar Isaac was just like, I ain't putting that on.
I think
They
if
yeah,
we
had,
but
look at the
they had to
Fantastic,
tailor it to something he could accept.
mhm.
I think if we look at the Fantastic Four movie and the costumes that they've decided to go in and everything, I think it always boils down to the studio wanting to I want to change something. I want to make something different. I want to give my version, whereas the cosplayer is more or less locked into what they've seen, what they've been experienced to over the years. So the cosplayer is going to give us an in Sabanur from the comic books, where somebody, the studio, they see in Sabanur from the comic books, but they want they in Sabanur to just be so different, so bigger, so much better. They go completely left. So I think that's why you get more cosplayers. Their stuff is more on point than the studio. That's just my opinion. Could be wrong. Could be wrong.
Yeah, like even like I was thinking about this with different people who have directed Batman over the years, and there was a guy who worked in marketing, and he works with Warner Brothers, and every director they go through like thousands of like Batman like emblems like for like the chest, and they'll look through thousands of them and put it on, like they'll work on the design. Like Chris Nolan, I think he's the only one whose like emblem changed over the course of like two movies. Like I think the emblem that was like the logo for the movie isn't the one that's on the Batman Begins chest. 'Cause it didn't fit the armor. It looked kind of awkward. And even like with this new James Gunn Superman, like they were talking about like, oh, like what should the emblem look like? And James Gunn's, I think he's a big fan of Kingdom Come, and Alex Ross, and also he was just like, yo, like people forget that Superman's an alien. Like that S it shouldn't look like a Times New Roman,
Yeah, thank
S.
you.
It,
Thank
it should it should just look like, to us, it should be like, from far away we should perceive it as an S, but this dude's like an alien. His costume should be alien in nature.
you.
Um,
Yeah.
you
It just
know,
looks like a S to us.
yeah, yeah. So I'm kind of digging what like James Gunn's doing, and I'm kind of, I think my new favorite, the Superman's my favorite superhero. Like even though I don't care for this new, well, that's a strong statement. I should probably read it. I don't know if you guys are reading the comics. Like, there's a whole new DC universe called Absolute. It's the
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolute universe.
we split. I like Absolute Batman. He don't. We split on that. We split on that.
Now, Absolute Wonder Woman is
Like, Absolute,
I like
yeah,
Absolute Wonder Woman.
yeah, she looks cool. And Superman, I don't like how I like the S. The S looks cool, but like I don't. I hate when they try to make Superman into a dark, brooding person. I hate that shit. That drives me insane. Batman, I'm just like, this is like old school, but like I don't think Batman would ever be that big and buff and hulking like that. I
Hey,
was,
just
It's
a monster.
one of them things that we set up there. Okay,
And
so
I got
because I
an
thought
X just for GP. I got an X.
I put a lot of thought into this one night when I was, never mind. So I'm like, I'll sit up there like, I'm like, wait a minute. And I went back to Watchmen days. And I was like, Batman low key is no different than the comedian or whatever. And this would be, Batman is a linebacker for all intents and purposes at his current size. The way he, not absolute Batman, just regular Bruce. Regular Bruce ain't no small person. This a linebacker.
I'd even go so far as to say strong safety.
Well, I don't think he's small like that. I think because he bring that funk.
6'2", 215.
I'm thinking 6'3", 6'4".
No, I'm telling you what Batman is. Batman
Oh, okay.
Is 6'2",
Well,
215.
Well, when you look, that's kind of small. It is.
Yeah.
So that's
And
why
that's why I said strong safety.
So okay, go with me here. The way he should be to deliver what he's doing, he should be the size of a linebacker. That's it, a linebacker. So when you look at who he should be in just regular comics, and you look at this dude in Absolute, oh, this is a damn defensive tackle. This is a damn defensive tackle. You know who that is? That's your boy that played for the Cleveland Browns. Julian Peppers. I can say Julian Peppers, and that's what that is. But what's the boy that played for the Cleveland Browns right now coming off the end?
I don't know.
The intellectual.
I ain't been paying attention to the Browns. I'm just be honest with you. We got him on the schedule. I ain't been checking for him. I know Winston.
That boy big man.
Put it down last week, but other than that,
man, hold on. Y'all talk. I'm gonna come back to it because I don't like my, because we don't like the Browns. That's why I can't remember their name.
Myles Garrett don't play for them no more, do it.
No, that's who. Yeah, Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett. Okay.
That's who this Batman from Absolute Bat. That's who this would be. Bro, you too big, bro. That's damn, bro. Bro, ain't nobody trying to deal with all that. Ain't
Yeah, I was thinking about, like, because they were talking about, I think it was Chris Nolan, because I'm obsessed with Batman and Superman. So I was just watching like different directors and their interpretation of him, and like Zack Snyder's how he sees Batman versus how Chris Nolan sees Batman, and just like, and like Chris Nolan was like, it's like, yo, this dude is like running on rooftops, all this cardio, like he gonna lean out. He'll still be like strong. He's a big dude, but like he if he's like basically a ninja, it is not sustainable for him to be fast and quick like The Rock or some shit. Even even The Rock, The Rock is like 300 pounds and he's 6'3", and it's 89% muscle. But that's like hard to sustain because like it's Batman. He's like running. But like Zack Snyder's more of like a fantasy comic book thing. And we saw what Ben Affleck looks like, and that's like a really dope, awesome, sequence in the movie, The Warehouse. But even the stunt double, like, that's the best scene of all the Zack Snyder things I've seen. But like that whole fight scene in the warehouse, yeah, that whole fight scene in the warehouse, the stunt double.
That's my favorite part of that whole movie because
the stunt double's not that big. The stunt double is like is as big as Christian Bale was. He's like 180 pounds. They just padded up the thing. Like Ben Affleck wasn't doing all that jumping and flipping around and shit. And Ben Affleck couldn't even sustain that. Like probably has millions of dollars and trainers working him out. He couldn't even sustain that body for 2 movies.
I think to y'all point, when they introduced Batman in the New 52, they made it make sense. His gloves were loaded. He had on steel toe boots, and he had on, knee pads and everything like that. So when he hit, and of course the cowl was reinforced and everything like that. So that makes sense. It's like, okay, this dude is able to deliver stunning blows. Y'all ain't telling me this dude is hulked out and everything. Like, to your point, the other stuff was ridiculous. Like, you got to be able to tell me why this dude got one hit or quitter power. His gloves being loaded, him being above average or superior athlete. Okay, that makes sense because Mike Tyson at his best was what, 5'10", 220? Like, come on, man. Don't make it like that. Don't make it like that. So yeah.
Yeah,
Ray said if absolute Batman kick you in the chest, your spine gonna be sticking out your back.
Yeah, like he's just this big hulking dude. He has like an
that was the first thing I saw. Like, damn, why is he so big? He's gigantic.
Like I heard lots of people love Absolute Batman. I gotta get into it. I think I'll probably pick up the graphic novel when it comes out because like when I first saw,
got an axe.
Yeah, it's just because
when I saw that, I was just like, you already gigantic. You could already break a grown man in half. You need a damn battle axe?
Maybe. I focus more on the story than anything else. And I thought I liked the story part. No, for real.
I heard the story's good.
Yeah, Alfred coming from over
he's
here.
He's not rich. I like that.
No, he's not rich. And then how it was written, he was scoping out Alfred before Alfred was scoping him out. Like, I stole your bike. Here you go. Like, little nuances, like, yeah, that was him that took Alfred's bike. You knew that, or am I saying something new?
I ain't checking for Absolute Batman.
Yeah. So I'm like, it's stuff like that. It's like, okay, I can pay attention to the physical aspect of it. I thought it was funny. He said, folks keep complaining about that Batman logo. It ain't gonna do nothing but keep getting bigger. They better be quiet. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, because it's like a box with like arrows and shit on it. I'm like, man, I hate this.
When he took it off and put it on a handle, I was like, oh my God.
I
chops someone.
I like that.
And
even like, oh, that's what we doing. That's what we doing.
Even the ears turned into like he stabs people with the ears, and I'm like, I was just like,
okay. Listen, so Buddy told her, he said, listen, regardless of what you hear, don't open this door. Whatever she hear, don't open the door, or you finna put hands on somebody. That's what I'm talking about. I like that.
But
Panfro said, as an unenhanced human who goes up against enhanced humans, Batman should be a tank, in my opinion. Especially, and I don't mean to keep going back over this, but peak human strength. Why is that a thing? Just call it superhuman.
what makes Batman special, like everyone keeps
It's
saying,
the
oh, it's he
plausibility
should
of his character.
it's the mentality. It's not the fact that this dude can curl or lift and do all these like strongman workouts. Like we have to think about this is a guy that came up with a plan just in case the Justice League ever turns evil.
I'm,
He exacted plans to kill or excuse me,
Disabled. The Tower
not
of
not
I,
Babel.
I, I, I dig
to
that.
stop
I did
them. So
Tower of
like
Babel. I get that. I get that.
like and I love all like I want to see Batman kick ass and like I want to see for whatever James Gunn has planned for Batman. I want to see like I want the intellectual and the heart and soul of what we got with Chris Nolan and with Matt Reeves the Batman. But as far as action, I want to see that warehouse
Okay.
fight
Right.
scene. I
I
want to see
agree.
that.
I agree.
So
But where I was at with it, what I was talking about when I say peak strength, okay, peak human strength in comic book terms is about 21 to 2,500 pounds. That's peak human strength. Okay, so I ain't got no problem with a human who can lift 2,000 pounds, but a human who can lift 2,000 pounds is not going to be 6'2", 215 pounds. That's all I'm saying.
Not unless he's superhuman.
And it ain't just Batman. Wilson Fisk.
so yeah, like Wilson Fisk, like they take liberties.
I saw a picture of Wilson Fisk holding a barbell in one hand, and he was swinging it like a stick, 4,000 pounds.
You know what? They've been doing too much with Wilson Fisk since his inception. That's a crime boss.
We can go Daredevil too.
I'm just saying, like,
Daredevil was seen using 400 pounds like a bow staff. Help me understand. Why don't you just call it superhuman? Why is that in between superhuman and human?
Well, I think because the way I see it, because at the end of the day, this is still a comic book. You know, this is still something that's adapted from a comic book series, and no matter what, you know, I don't care how grounded in reality they try to get with these Batman movies. It's still a comic book. Like again, I was watching, you know, Batman, the Batman yesterday because of the whole like Thursday, October 31st, because I'm like, oh wait, does the Batman take place in 2024? Because it's Thursday, October 31st. But like I was just watching it because like there's a whole thing where this dude has to like he has a wingsuit. You know, and then he has to like glide through a city, and you know, and then he crashes, and then he gets up and kind of limps a little bit, and is all right. I was like, no, he should be dead. Because if Batman's like a real person, like he should be dead. Like there's no way this man should be alive 2 weeks into it.
To your point, I think that's when the meshing of the meshing of the explainable and the inexplainable is supposed to be written in a way that processes. So when I was talking about the New 52, if we go back to that, that makes sense. You got Batman, you know, makes it more believable. I'll put it like that. So you have somebody 6'2", 215, 220, and they got the perfect armament on because their mind is just that good IQ wise. Then it makes sense. They're able to overcome this. They're as strong as they should be, not superhuman strong. But if I get into a fight, because how strong does Batman need to be with all these black belts he got? He's a master of how many forms of martial arts? So you ain't got to be
127.
Don't know when he had that time, but hey, it is what it is. So,
but like they said, we gotta remember it's a comic book. You
right,
but there's still a thing of like this dude he leaves and he's like training since he's in high school to be this dude since he's like 15 years old. And then he disappears in his like after college, and then he comes back when he's 25, 26. And so that's like what, like almost a decade of his life learning how to be this
Okay.
person.
Okay. Again, I'm gonna chalk that up to it's a comic book.
Yeah, because it's like
you said, I'm gonna chalk because there is no possible way.
107.
But that 127, and Batman when he actually is full swing as Batman, he's about what, 35, 40, somewhere around there. Okay.
yeah, he becomes Batman when he's 25.
To master one martial art, depending on your athleticism and how quick you learn, right? 2-3 years. Extrapolate. 127.
I mean, that
average of 3 years, he's not going to learn 127.
that's why I say like,
and they don't say learn. They don't say no. They don't say proficient. They say mastered.
Watch this. This should work. If I look at it at the writer, a great writer would make this work. Batman is a Olympic level decathlete. That's what he is. And we can say, and because that verbiage that you would be able to see that as a person. Okay, he's about 10 pounds heavier muscle wise than an Olympic level decathlete. So now you have a pretty good judgment of, and that's always how I've looked at it, regardless of what they say in the comic books. I'm like, y'all full of it. So now I got a pretty good gauge of I'm just saying to make it make sense to me, a pretty good gauge of what he or she is supposed to be able to do physically. Everything else, their brain power comes into play and compensates for whatever physical deficiencies they don't have, they may or may not have at that particular. That's how I've always rationalized it. So I understand what you're saying.
Because they say that, he, what was it, when he was being trained in the comics, like Ra's al Ghul's like, you learned everything in less than a year. You're my best student or some shit. Because it's like, he whatever Ra's al Ghul taught him, it would have taken anyone 3 years, but Bruce masters it in a year because he's just so committed to this, because it's his brain.
His brain.
His brain. Genius IQ can learn really fast and pick up things. Plus, he's really
question. Question. I like this one right here. So, if Mr. Terrific is number 3,
who's 2 and 1?
Oh, I see. I think like 2 and 1 is probably either going to be like
one of them got to be Lex Luthor.
Oh, intellect. Okay. Yeah, definitely. Like Lex Luthor
is the 3rd smartest man in the DC universe. So I want to hear who the first 2 are. This is interesting. Somebody gonna get their feelings hurt.
Gray said Lex Luthor and Bruce.
Yeah, Lex Luthor and Bruce. I think Lex Luthor, Bruce, and what's his name? Vandal Savage probably should be in that conversation.
So Vandal would come in at number 4.
Actually, I think Vandal might be number 1.
So who number 2? Cause Terrific is number 3. It ain't me saying that. That's DC saying that. So who is number 2? You say Vandal number what?
I think Vandal's number 1. Bruce is number 2. And Lex has to be number 4 because
I got you.
Lex's arrogance,
oh golly, wait a minute,
keeps him from being brilliant.
The smartest characters in comics. Okay, they got
in DC.
They got it ranked, period. So I'm gonna have to back up and get DC because they just got it ranked the smartest characters in comics, period. But yeah, the 10 smartest humans in DC. Okie dokie. Number 10, Professor Ivo. Number 9, Ted Cord.
Mm.
Number 8, Barbara Gordon.
Mm.
Number 7, Lex Luthor.
Mm.
Number 6, Bruce Wayne.
Mm.
Number 5, Ozymandias.
Mm.
Number 4, the Brain. Remember the Brain? The guy in the cylinder, and he got that French gorilla hanging out with him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That guy. Here they say Cyborg is number 3 and Mr. Terrific number 2.
Well, he said he wrote that list.
Okay. The
Who number
smartest character in DC Comics. You ready? Ray Palmer.
Ray Palmer.
The Atom. Ray Palmer.
Oh wow, I didn't think of that.
We didn't write that list. We didn't come up with that list.
I didn't write it. I just pulled it up and read it. Okay, and this is on CBR. So if you want to go check it, you can go check it. And that was back in 21.
Yeah, we ain't write that list. We ain't write that list. So
according to CBR.
Oh, Mr. Terrific do have a joke. He said, "Who you think came up with that list?" I'm humble.
Hey, say Grand Madam there. Who?
Like that.
Ray Palmer.
Hold on a second. I think I got it. Probably.
Listen, it's hard to go against that because I mean, like, my dog went through a
Ray
dramatic
Palmer
experience,
is smart.
shrunk himself completely out of existence, and nobody could find this dude.
Right.
So,
Ray Palmer is smarter than Lex Luthor?
I don't know about that. I don't know about this list.
Let's look at the shit Ray Palmer's come up with, and the stuff Lex Luthor's come. Hell, Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, I'm like.
I got issues with that list.
Hey, all I know is
far down, and some people ain't high up enough.
Watch this. All I know is that in the Justice League cartoon, when they was having problems with Amazo, and that robot was about to do in Lex, who did they get to help? Who was the last person, the last line of defense for Lex? It was Ray.
Ray Palmer.
It was Ray. When the Amazo, once again, we watching this. Who they sent in to go deal with the Amazo, the Amazo rope? It's Ray. We sleep on folks that can shrink, but folks that can shrink ain't nothing to be effed up with, especially when you can't do what they doing. Because Ray could take out the whole damn Justice League if he wanted to.
But okay, that's a different Amazo, though, right? I mean, is it animated universe? Because we got a whole nother version.
No, I'm just saying, like, what I'm saying is
family that got took out by Batman and Nightwing.
Regardless of what's going on, Ray is the last line of defense. Well, he can't be the last line of defense if he ain't all that in the bag of chips. Because you got suits up there in the sky. They got suits up there in the sky and say, hey, just in case he get past Clark, Ray, it's on you. That makes sense? Okay, well, I guess that's what that is.
Everybody mad at me because I done read this list.
I'm like,
Ray's on
Ray. It's like
I don't know what because I'm like Ray.
3, 4 Rays.
Well, no, there is that episode of What If. I don't know if you guys watched What If on Disney Plus with the Marvel show, and all right, this is spoiler alert. This is like the best episode
talking about
of What If.
Did what he did in the Hulk. We saw that.
Oh yeah. He killed the Avengers. And it was like, yo, who killed the Avengers? And it was Hank Pym. And it was like a tiny dude.
Is it in the comics? Is it Henry Pym known as the Scientist Supreme?
Well, I think it
Well,
was
yes
they
and
said
no.
the
They said that
smartest
was made up.
person.
Huh?
I said yes and no. They did give him that label, but I forget which comic it was. Somebody came along, I think it was a villain or whatever, said I made that up. There is no such thing as the scientist.
So we gotta do Marvel too. Okay.
I'm just saying, no, I do remember. I remember him being the scientist supreme because I like that's cool, Sorcerer Supreme, Scientist Supreme. And then they came back and said there is no such thing as the scientist supreme. I'm like, that's kind of effed up because that was when he had the pockets.
Okay. 20 smartest characters in Marvel. We ready?
Mm-hmm.
And this was just in June. Number 20. Wait a minute, that's 25. Let me go. They got Deadpool on this list. Let me scroll down. Whoa!
We can go to for time. We can just go to the top 10.
But they got Spider-Man. They got Peter Parker.
As what?
At 24 out of 25.
All right, this list is already illegitimate.
They must be some smart mofos, boy. They must be real smart. Because right after him is Dr. Octopus. Oh, hell no. I'm done with this list.
Okay, all right, thank you. Because I was trying to figure out where we going after this.
I refuse to continue reading this list because if they got mad at the DC list in the chat, they're going to be furious.
Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Because somebody at 22.
Oh, yeah, don't do that.
It's not somebody who should be 22.
They have Black Panther. They had T'Challa at 22.
At 20 effing 2.
Wow.
Where Adam Brashear at? Where Adam Brashear at?
Oh, let's see.
Is he even on the list?
They got Shuri smarter than T'Challa. Lord have mercy.
Oh, okay. So this is the MCU influence list. Okay, never mind. They probably got Adam Brashear on
there. They got comic characters. They show comic characters. Quentin Quire. Omega level genius. Number 20. 19 is the leader. 19 is the leader?
Like I said, this is an MCU influence list. The person that wrote this list, they going off of what they've seen in the MCU. What is Adam Brashear even on the list?
18 is Hank McCoy. 17 is Amadeus Cho. Oh my God. Hank Pym is 15.
Yeah.
Let me go to 10. Let me see who the top 10 is. Oh my God.
I'm curious who number 1 is.
Tony Stark is 13. I just knew they was going to throw him at number 1. Nope. And they got Riri Williams smarter than Tony Stark. You know, I'm really finding it hard to continue.
I love Riri, but
I'm having a difficult time.
And see, this is when people would get mad at us for making these faces and everything. The thing is, Riri has done nothing of note in comics to deserve such a rating. That's what that is. We're not saying she's no. What she's accomplished in comics, it don't measure up to top.
Okay, top 10. You ready for top 10? Number 10, Rocket Raccoon. Number 9, Groot. Number 8, I do not know who the fuck the toy soldier is, but he's number 8. Oh my God. Dr. Doom is number 7. Moon Girl is number 6. Adam Brashear is number 5. Reed Richards is number 4. Valeria Richards is number 3. The Maker is number 2. And at number 1. So, the smartest being in the Marvel Universe is Thanos.
What do you say T'Challa came in at?
22. Yeah. I think we're done with lists for tonight.
Like they could have put Beast on there. They could have put
Beast
Xavier
was on
on.
there. He's like 14.
Oh man.
I like y'all. Wow. Grant Madam said, who'd they ask? A bunch of 10-year-olds?
Like Thanos. I'm like,
I don't even know what to say.
I got a GTFOA. Okay, I'm going to pivot right now.
Please.
David,
please.
Have you heard the debate about who would win a fight between Blade and Black Panther? Okay. It's trending, bro. It's trending. It's trending. So who will win a fight, in your opinion, between T'Challa, the Black Panther, and Eric Brooks, aka Black? Because I've heard the opinions of amateurs and people who don't know what the hell they're talking about. So I would like to talk to people I know a little something about comics.
You talking about
all
the
right,
full-blooded
let's
vampire?
see.
You talking about the dude that's a full-blooded vampire right now?
They got everything that's going for them. Like I think if because people always say I think the movies that have with T'Challa, people always say like, oh, okay, T'Challa can only fight because he has that purple herb or whatever. I'm like, no, like let's ignore that. Like let's focus on T'Challa from Civil War and the comics. And I love how Chadwick Boseman portrayed him. Blade. With Blade, you got, because T'Challa has been learning how to fight since he was a kid. So we have like, I think in the comics he's like 30 when he becomes king. He's been training for this since he was 13 years old. And Wakandans don't play around with their training.
They do not.
And Blade, I gotta backstory. I'm forgetting. I'm trying to remember his backstory.
We need some stats.
But Blade has mostly fought vampires, werewolves, and other humans.
Supernatural creatures, yeah.
Supernatural creatures, but what T'Challa has walked away from fighting fighting Namor.
Okay, will a list of what Blade can do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
Here's a list of Blade's abilities.
I can't answer. Okay, I'll wait.
Well, okay. Master martial artist. Skilled swordsman and marksman. Highly knowledgeable of vampire lore. Superhuman strength, speed, agility, and stamina. Enhanced senses, accelerated healing, immunity to both vampire bites and hypnosis, slowed aging, and the ability to sense supernatural creatures. You could probably piggyback on and add a couple more, Theo.
Oh well, me. I like to go off the comics and everything like that. If I do that, well, he's a full-blown vampire right now. So he got it. He can do everything a vampire can do, and walk in the sun.
That's right. Dracula tweaked that switch on him, and
Right.
and enhanced his ability. So now he can turn
Right.
into mist and bats and wolves and all of that fun stuff.
So if I take
So
that into
yeah, so
consideration,
so now that you take that into consideration,
but I gotta also take into consideration what T'Challa can do. This dude is literally the king of the dead. I don't know what folks want me to deal with that. That ain't going nowhere. And then if he's wearing his typical costume, which we see Blade is an expert and knowledgeable in stuff vampire, but I don't know if he know how to cut through that habit. And that habit, unless you're going along the seams, you can't puncture it, nor can you cut it. So I get Blade having his superhuman strength, but that habit is that habit. So I'm sitting up here saying to myself, well, because I don't look at T'Challa as being peak human. Bruce Wayne is peak human. Uh, Daredevil is peak human. T'Challa is superhuman, just like Steve Rogers is superhuman. So that's where I'm at with it. So I got superhuman going up against superhuman. They got similar strengths and weaknesses. Well, no, they got similar strengths. Eric,
oh, can we the blessing of Anuket?
I wasn't finished.
Oh,
I
okay.
wasn't finished. I wasn't finished.
I'm
I don't
lead to it.
know.
Go for it. Go for it.
Yeah,
Go for it.
I don't know if Eric ain't got the blessings nor the protection of a bass, nor of Anuke, and we just found out that the heart-shaped herb overcomes the effects of vampirism. I literally got a guy who's the king of the dead. Okay, Eric, what you doing in this fight? Because you just got you. And I don't believe that Eric is the first day walker. And since T'Challa, as the king of the dead, possesses all the knowledge of every panther that came before him, I don't think that fight is going to be what folks got it hyped up to be. They seem to forget the fact that he know everything every panther knew that came before him. This ain't going to be his first rodeo.
Well,
Yeah,
you
And I
see
ain't
what
saying
I'm
that,
wearing.
I ain't even
So
mentioned the spirit of Bashinga. I ain't even mentioned the spirit of Bashinga.
that's pretty much where I'm at. He's what's the name of that movie? Always outnumbered, always outgunned.
Watch this. I ain't mentioned Skybreaker.
That fight ain't near as close as people think it's gonna be.
You hear me? I ain't mentioned
Which,
Skybreaker. Eric got a sword, not a sword. Eric got a sword, but he got Skybreaker and the spirit of Bashinga. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
and does he not have access to an ebony blade too?
I just, like I said, and the spirit Bashinga, he can summon that on will, at will, and when he throw it, it's going through you. So I don't know what you want me to do with that. Like Eric just gonna throw a sword
But we don't.
or some knives.
But we don't know what Dave thinks. What does
Oh,
Dave
Huh?
think?
I think T'Challa would win, just because of the skill already, even before he gets like the powers of the Black Panther, and then getting the powers of the Black Panther, with all the heightened senses and abilities, uh, that God powering him, and then on top of that, this man has a unbreakable, like literally unbreakable armor, that is like a smart fabric. That's like his skin, basically. Like I don't know. I think Blade's gonna have problems. I think Blade is going to struggle with this. Um, yeah, because I've only seen Blade fight, like he needs things. Like I judge people by what they don't have. How can they fight if they ain't got a sword or a bulletproof vest or techno music?
Can I
Uh,
ask you a question? Can I ask this question?
you
Can I
know.
ask this question? When T'Challa does this and he flexes his anti-vibranium claws, what is Mr. Eric fixing to do then? The blade he got fixing to dissolve. He fixing to feel sick to his damn stomach. Like we don't give the anti-vibranium in the tips of his claws enough respect.
Mhm.
We don't. No, that's a game changer in and of itself when the dude put hands on you. And then once he put hands on you, if he cut you, you now got anti-vibranium in your bloodstream. I don't think Eric being a daywalker excludes him from
Gray
having iron in his system.
Gray brought up a great point.
Miles
Morales, number 25. I got it. Yeah, and he wasn't even going hard. Okay, just to give you some reference, he come to test the parameters because Miles is a vampire now, right?
What?
Yeah,
yeah.
As of the end of the events of Blood Hunt, Miles Morales is also a vampire, but vampires can walk around in the daytime
now. What?
Yeah.
Can't they just let that man? Like, why can't? Well, I get it. They have to do something really drastic and dramatic because they gotta sell comic books. But like, what happened? Because it's really hard just to be like, all right, I'm just gonna write a good down to earth story about Miles. You can't do. You gotta do gimmicks. You gotta make him a Thor. You gotta make him a vampire or Nightcrawler.
They give this dude a whole new costume. They give this dude a whole new costume, and the costume that altered his Venom blast. So now the Venom blast ain't it ain't as strong as it used to be. It just lasts longer and everything like that. So he got a vibranium suit. That's what we finna do. Like that's what issue 25 is. The suit is to help you get a hold on his vampirism.
Yes, vibranium Spider-Man suit.
Marketing ploy 101.
But what I was getting at was T'Challa came, pulled up because they trying to cure his vampirism. And so T'Challa's like, well, yeah, we need to test the parameters of what you can do, and cuts himself. And when he cuts himself, Miles goes into this like bloodlusted rage. Can't lay a finger on T'Challa.
Put hands on him.
And now he gets a little kick in. But that's when T'Challa say, okay, it's time to stop this. And rock bottoms him.
Oh, yeah. Like, man. I mean, Miles, and he's still, at least in the comic years, like, I don't expect Miles to, like, really whoop anyone's ass. Because, again, like, he's been at this for, like, maybe 2 or 3 years. He ain't like Peter's been at this since he was 15 years old. Miles been at this, since middle school.
Peter was beating up grown-ass men when he was 15.
Yeah, but he was still barely like, well, I mean, like, he was beating up like Doc Ock and all that stuff, and beating up
and the Green Goblin.
Old men. He beat it up. He breaking the bones of old men. But Green Goblin was still a struggle. Green Goblin.
He was the Lizard.
No, Lizard, but like, I don't define that as like he was beating them up. There's like a funny quote. I think I had this as a kid. It's called The Journal of Peter Parker. And it's just like Peter Parker writing in his journal just about like all the shit he's been through. And he's talking about like fighting Hobgoblin. He's like, I got the scars to like prove it that this was a problem for me. Huh. And so like he wins. He gets out of these things because of his wits. Like, yes, he can do all the cool flippy shit, but if he was a moron, like it'd be over for this brother. But like, I was just watching Spider-Man, the first Sam Raimi thing, and Sam Raimi was like, yeah, I'm tired of people saying that Green Goblin is this goofy, silly villain. Like, we forget this is a dude that's just as strong or stronger than Peter. And when Spider-Man's fighting you, he's just gonna like crack jokes and web you up. Green Goblin's like, nah, I'm gonna savor this ass whooping.
And let us not forget the Scorpion.
Yeah, like Spider-Man's never like swung in and been like, all right, this was easy. It was like, I got my ass beat.
But he won is the point. It wasn't easy.
And see that whole Scorpion thing,
mid difficulty, but he won.
If I may interject, that whole Scorpion thing, when the Scorpion Superior Spider-Man, he fought the Scorpion. And Doc Ock commented in that storyline because he literally knocked the Scorpion's jaw off.
Yeah.
And Doc Ock was like, I'm surprised. He said, I never knew Peter was this strong. He said, so all these years I've been fighting this dude has literally been holding back. So
Otto Octavius is a regular old dude with tentacles. Let's not forget that too.
He's a regular dude with tentacles. Peter, but we say the Scorpion because the Scorpion was used as a point of reference. Yeah, he was used as a point of reference to talk about Peter's strength. And what I'm saying, Peter, the Scorpion ain't no pushover. Doc Ock using Peter's abilities unknowingly, not familiar with it. He knocked this dude's jaw off. And Peter did go bitch slap the Kingpin when the Kingpin called Aunt May to get shot.
Hence my point. My point. If Spider-Man decides I ain't great power ain't great responsibility no more, anybody can get it. Some people gonna have some problems. They're gonna have some serious.
When he put
problems.
on the black suit, to your point, when he put on the black suit, Sam Raimi talking about the Green Goblin, Pete was a whole handful, and the only thing the black suit did, aside from he's shooting his weapon differently and everything like that, he just don't have them inhibitions. He don't care no more. We saw Peter not care no more. Peter put hands on the stand man, somebody who would normally give him problems. He put hands on Norman's son, somebody because he holding back. Somebody no Peter. So between all them instances, I'm of the mindset that Peter ain't nobody to be effed up with when he made it. Let him crack his jokes and be good. Don't piss him off.
Oh yeah, there's that thing in comics. They say, Batman is really scary when he's smiling, and Spider-Man's really is scary when he's quiet. like there's like a funny thing, and I'm like, oh shit, like it took me a while to like figure that out. But even in that Spider-Man PS5 game, they just have a thing where I think Peter like webs a dirty cop, and he just crawls, and he doesn't say anything. He just gets in this dude's face, and it's actually like really scary. Like you're playing the game, it's a cutscene, but it's actually scary. I'm like, oh shit, this is like
kind of like with the burglar.
Yeah, like imagine a dude
warehouse to go get the burglar. He wasn't cracking jokes. He just went to go get him, and that dude had he faint, pass out, had a heart attack. When Spider-Man finally got to him.
Yeah, like can you imagine a dude with like big white eyes? You can't see his facial expression, and he's like crawling, like on a wall.
That's paranormal activity.
Yeah, that and he's crawling like fast. Hence Spider-Man, but this dude's crawling at you and not saying anything. Like that shit's terrifying. I would be terrified if Spider-Man existed.
You don't know what else he's capable of doing at that point in time. He shoot webbing too.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, oh no.
He told Wilson Fisk in prison, "I'm gonna shoot webbing down your throat."
Yeah,
if you mess with my family again, I'm coming back. And he grabbing him like this.
Yeah, he grabbed the rolls.
But Wilson Fisk ain't got no shirt on. And he got them fat rolls pulled up like. I'm like, man.
Look, slapped him all the way around. Look, slapped him. Not balled up his fist.
Punked him in prison. Punked him in prison. That's the worst. That's the worst place you can
He
get.
He came in prison, made sure to do it in front of other people. He took off his mask and
took his mask off.
And he did not hold back.
When somebody take their mask off and they normally known for keeping it on, it's about to go left. I want you to see it's me whooping your ass. It's me.
Oh yeah.
It's me.
Oh yeah.
I don't care if you know who I am. You might not make it out of this shit alive.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I was a kid. I was like a kid reading that, and I was like, "Damn!" He knocked out his teeth. His face is all fucked up.
That's what happens when you mess with May Parker.
And then like freaking shattered his collarbone, and grabbed him by his fat rolls, and he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna put this weapon in your mouth and fuck you up." Then he was like, "Nah, I'm just kidding." Then throws him on the ground, and on all the prisoners just like. And then he's
You
like, "All
need,
right, y'all, deuces," and just like left.
Yeah.
Like,
you need your favorite hero to beat a villain's ass, because I don't. The thing is, and I don't even know why Wilson Fisk keep coming back, because Matt didn't beat his ass like that more than once. And I'm like, bro, you not him no more. Like you not him. You not a blind dude run Hell's Kitchen, and everybody know that dude blind. You didn't got bitch slapped in prison by a kid. We saw it.
it's like, that's why they have to reboot this motherfucker a couple times. Because it's like there's no way you can live through. I think they even killed him in the Ultimate comics. Because it's
Yeah.
like there's no way you can live through all of this and like come back and still like keep doing shit. you know, like how do you keep coming back after like a teenager and a blind dude like fuck you up? Like come on now, like no, there's no
That's,
way.
that's shark stuff. Yeah, it's blood in the water. They coming for
I
you in
mean,
real
no,
life.
for real. Like the only thing Wilson Fisk can do right now is just be the best at what he is, which is the crime boss. But because you can beat all the other crime bosses, but you don't want to do anything that's gonna cause, watch this, 2 street level heroes to look at you. Because that's what me and D was just talking about, street level heroes before you came on and everything. They both of them street level heroes. You can't sell no rock, no cane, no sugar, no green, no herb, no gun. You can't sell nothing in their neighborhood. Nothing. Unless he go to the Bronx, because ain't no superheroes in the Bronx. What I heard, he might be able to go to the Bronx to make that do what it do. But he need to get the hell up out of everywhere else.
Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, yeah, why are people in Hell's Kitchen? It's like a bougie, like artsy, rich white neighborhood. I'm like, why are they trying so hard to do shit in there?
I guess that, well, again, comics. Because
Oh yeah,
the
oh yeah,
heavy,
comics.
the heaviest concentration of superheroes in the Marvel universe is in Manhattan.
Well, yeah. They
Look,
explain actually.
if I want to wipe all the major superheroes out, I just drop something on Manhattan.
Well,
That'll get
no.
most of them. That'll get
Well,
most of them.
well, Spider-Man lives in Queens still.
If
Actually,
you
no.
take out the island in New York, just take out the island, just flood all of New York, you good. Just flood New York, you good. Now you just got to worry about who over there in England and who
That's
over there
like
in
all the
Africa.
black superheroes. That's like all the black superheroes being in Compton. Like, it's not hard to find them, man. They're all in Compton. Go over there to Compton. Why would y'all all just be in? And why ain't no superhero did that or supervillain did that?
I think that they did. I think Magneto he flooded Manhattan
I
in
mean,
Ultimatum.
Terrax took it out in space and held it ransom. But I'm like, why should I hold it ransom? Kill them. They out in space. Just drop the field. Kill them.
Why just not move? And I'm sorry, Daryl, but don't. You in Alaska, so don't take this. Why not just move to Kansas City, Missouri, if you're a villain and just commit some crimes? Ain't no superheroes there. Like somebody need to do that comic where supervillains are in the damnedest places, committing crimes and getting away with it, because ain't no superheroes there. And what it would take to be a civilian in a particular areas. Like, damn, you got to send a letter out to the equalizer to get some help.
Greg said destroying New York is knocking out at least 75% of them.
I think they did that. I think they did something like that where I think Two-Face, for some weird reason, he ran to the country and Batman followed him, and it just seemed kind of goofy just seeing Batman like on a farm being like, I found you.
I mean, dude,
I'm
do
gonna pop
stuff like
up
that.
out of a haystack.
You know what? DC is crazy. We say this. Marvel has all their heroes centralized in New York. Mind you, the villains are spread out worldwide. All the heroes are centralized in New York. In DC, the heroes are spread out, but they got villains where they at though. Like, oh, you in Central City? Okay, well, I'm interested.
There's enough villains for you to handle in Central City, and DC heroes to some extent, at least the way I see it, they're more godlike than Marvel heroes. And what I mean by that, what I mean by that,
I'm just saying, like, as far as like
well,
location
no,
to your
this
point.
is what I'm saying. This is what I'm on a different tangent. What I'm saying about that is because they're in different cities and all of that. Also, what I like about DC, they in fanciful cities. Whereas Marvel, like, oh, you actually in New York. Oh, you actually in Los Angeles. You got Star City, Hub City, Metropolis, Gotham City, Central City. You know, all of those are like different places and they ain't real.
And did you know who knew that Gotham and Metropolis were next door to each other? I had no idea. I had no idea until I saw the movie. I said, so y'all been so Superman.
Well, in the movie, but
I'm just slaying.
Metropolis is geographically closer to like where Chicago is. And then Gotham is closer to where like Philly is.
Yeah, it's like New York, New Jersey.
Yeah.
I think you in the Penguin show that says like Gotham City, New Jersey.
Chicago to Philly, that ain't hard for Superman to get to.
Oh yeah, like what I dig about, I think Superman's the only one of those heroes that's like he is globally, like people in different countries know about Superman. Like if some like kaiju monster is attacking Paris, Clark is gonna, on his lunch break, fly there and whoop this kaiju's ass, and then be back in time to get some Chipotle and eat it at his desk. Like he gonna fly there within 5 minutes. Like I don't think people in Paris know that Batman exists. I think the most like I just see Gotham City as its own, like it's a city that stands alone that people might forget about because there's so much crime and so much corruption that it might not even get reported on.
Are you watching The Penguin, Dave?
Yeah, I love it.
Okay. How you feel about Sophia Falcone?
I think she's great. I think she at first I was like I felt some type of way because she looks different from what she looked like in the comics.
Yeah.
But they cast a great actress to play her, and she embodies like she's still like scary and intimidating. And every time she's in a scene, I'm like worried about what she's gonna do to somebody. Because they show you in like those first episodes that like, yo, she don't give a fuck. Like she'll kill a kid, and like
she don't give a fuck.
Like don't give a fuck.
Hey, she offed her whole family, so no, she does not.
Yeah, and like killed this little girl's mother, which is messed up. Like she killed this little girl's mother. Like damn, but I'm enjoying it. I love the show. I like it. It's my favorite. I think that and Superman and Lois. I think DC's crushing it right now as far as comic book shows. I like it better than Agatha all along.
I have not.
What's it called?
To watch Agatha.
It's all good.
That ain't the Agatha we grew up with. That ain't the Agatha we grew up with. We don't know who that is.
Agatha Harkness is an old woman.
Yeah, old woman.
Well, they kind of. Well, I want to spoil it, but like they.
You can spoil it. I'm not finna watch.
Yeah, you can spoil it. We ain't gonna watch it.
Oh, okay. They end the show with Agatha being old. She's like they have her with gray hair and an old makeup, but I didn't really care for the show. I like the first.
Wrong, get it right for Franklin. We ain't buying. No, too late.
And then they rewrote her in the comic books to be young, but like because of WandaVision. But like I don't know, it's like I got some issues with Marvel with that show because I'm just like, and then this is me I'm just ranting right now, y'all. So please excuse me. I'm just like, I'm just like, and no disrespect to the creators of the show, but like I'm like, yo, they've been having a tough time making this Blade movie with Mahershala Ali, Academy Award winning actor, who's brilliant. And you've had some of the best writers in Hollywood be writing this movie, and some of the best directors and filmmakers. And y'all are like like rubbing your chins, like, how are we gonna do this? And y'all are can't figure it out. You're firing different writers. But you're like, yo, let's just make a show about the supporting character to another supporting character. Marvel's like, yo, let's lock the fuck in and make this show, and let's get it out. Like WandaVision came out in 2021. Agatha all along came out 3 years later. Blade was announced in 2019, and we still ain't got nothing. And on
Dang.
top of that, I'm just like, I'm watching the show and I'm like, okay, first two episodes are solid. First two episodes are, yes, two-time Academy Award winning actor. That's right, Gray. But like, I'm like, we're watching this show. First two episodes are dope. Then everything else is like painful to watch. And that's not their fault, because I heard Marvel gave them like no budget. Like Marvel gave them like $40 million to make this show. So like that probably had something to do with it. Like I think there's episode 6 is, I think it's either episode 5 or episode 6 is a good episode, but the rest of the series is like, for me it didn't do anything for me, because it felt like someone said, well, this show was made for our moms and our grandmothers, and I like that it's low stakes. I'm like, no, comic book shit is high stakes, and at least like good. Excuse me, not even in comic books, good storytelling. Then what the fuck are we doing here if you don't want high stakes and shit? If you want to make some low stakes, then go like goof around with your friends. Don't spend $40 million and like throw like if I'm ever blessed enough to make a show that has where it's going to flash Marvel on the screen or flash DC on the screen, I will put blood, sweat, and tears to making it the best, like the best thing I can make it, or what it needs. But I'm like, yo, if someone's like, yo, man, we want you to do a Batman thing, I will only sign on if I can make like a really great Batman story, you know.
It's crazy that you say that. Well, ironic that you say that, because you wouldn't be able to make the movie that you want, because we've seen directors walk away from Marvel projects, and I don't believe it's because they didn't want to do what you said you would want to do, put your whole blood, sweat, and tears into it. They would want to do the same thing. It's just Marvel has their own direction. When you mentioned Blade earlier, we're all fans, nerds, whatever we want to call ourselves. The issues that they were having with Blade, we're fans. We watch movies and stuff like that. Now, me and Daryl have talked about it before. They could have easily given us a remake of either Blade 1 or Blade 2. If you don't know what script to do, you're having a problem with a script. You've seen folks remake movies before. Blade 1 and 2 were the best out the trio. You could have Kevin Feige. If you say, okay, well, I don't know what to give them. Well, the fans love the first Blade movie. You ain't got nobody complaining about that first movie, which honestly, if you remake the first movie, the villain could benefit from special effects being better today than what they were when that movie came out. Because when old boy transferred, he looked like hot mess. Or you can go with the second Blade movie. The second Blade movie, the antagonist, which wasn't the antagonist, that was a great plot. That was a great story. If you don't know what to do, you have I call him Jerry Jones. I don't know how much football you watch. I don't know if you're familiar with the Dallas Cowboys and what Jerry Jones doing to the Dallas Cowboys franchise, but that's what I call him. I call him Jerry Jones, because you want this to be about you. You don't want to bring in a David Crownson that's going to put all his blood, sweat, and tears in to make sure that you win in the championship at the end of the year. That's what it's about. It's about holding up that ring. You want that ring. No, you don't want the ring. You want to be the face of the franchise. That's why the Dallas Cowboys ain't been back to the Super Bowl since the 90s. That's why the MCU ain't performing like they could be performing. He want to be the face of the franchise. Okay. You would
Yeah, it's
never get
like,
to
and
be
I,
who you want to be.
oh yeah, that's why I'm a little, and I'm bitter about this Blade thing. Only because like this is like kind of silly, and this is another controversial thing. What's his name? Like Aaron Pierre, who he was supposed to be one of the. He was going to be a villain. Him and this other actress were going to be the villains in the Blade movie, but because it was taking so long, he was released from his contract. And now we got him as light skinned John Stewart, and I'm mad about
Don't do that. Don't
it.
do that. Come on,
That's
man.
right.
Don't.
That's right.
Don't.
That's right. I'm that person. That's right.
Okay,
John
hold on,
Stewart
hold on.
is dark
Hey,
skinned.
Okay,
Theo,
hold on. Daryl,
Theo,
That's
Daryl,
Theo,
right.
Theo.
Daryl,
I got
That's
this. I
right.
got this.
Daryl,
I got this.
Daryl,
You know what I
Daryl.
was
I
doing?
got to
You know what
go.
I was doing
I
the
got
other day? You know what I was doing
Daryl.
the other day? No,
Daryl,
for
let me
real.
do
Real
this.
quick, real
Daryl, let
quick,
me do this.
real quick, real quick. I just want to say
Great
one thing.
actor, by the way. He's gonna crush it in the role.
Okay.
But like,
We're gonna have to come
I
deep.
currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 John Stewart action figures. Ask me if they all the same complexion. But I can pull them out right. I can pull them out right now and show you. Those action figures are all different.
You said you him, so we finna do it. Daryl got that. I got you right here. Did you read the first issue that John Stewart made his appearance in?
yes,
I own it.
Okay, you know he went through 3 different shades of brown in that comic, right?
yeah. And Neil Adams had to fight about it. The
He
creator
went
of
through.
John Stewart wanted him to
Right.
be dark skinned, and
Okay,
DC was trying to say he should be Asian.
hold on. Neil Adams is a white man. That's a white man. We all dark skinned. And you know the colorization process yourself when it comes to ink in comics. So we really sitting up here saying, I can't be a superhero? Because give me the superhero in comics. You're a comic book writer. Give me the superhero in comics that's my complexion, that I can be as a black man.
Yeah, you could be any of these, like, what's it
They all dark
called?
skinned. No, they
They
all
all
dark skinned. They all dark
yeah.
skinned. So which one could I be as a black man? See, this is the whole thing. See, we can talk, but we can talk. As a black man, when we're talking about black, you know the colorization process. You do. You know the creative process when it comes. So you know the limitations, the restrictions, and you know the ignorance / stupidity when it comes to the color brown. Neil Adams is a white man. They all say we look alike any damn way. So you tell me and other brothers and sisters that are my skin complexion, responsibly so, that identify as blacks, African Americans, because we ain't in the comics. What superhero can we be based on the colorization process? There is none. You know that's dead ass wrong for us to be even putting that nonsense out there. John Stewart is black. Okay, well, define black. The only dark-skinned characters we need to be talking about are from Africa. Because in this comic right here, this one right here, what is Miles Morales' ethnic identity?
Different colors. They're different
He's
colors.
Afro-Latina. But like,
Okay,
I don't know.
Hold on.
Colors?
Hold on, wait, hold on, D. Sparrow is in this comic book too. What is Sparrow? That's the Vulture's niece. What is she? His granddaughter. What is she?
She's mixed. She's black and white.
Okay, hold on. Misty Knight is in this comic book. What's up? What is she?
She's black.
Okay, hold on. T'Challa is in this comic book. What is he?
African, black.
It's a black female nurse in this comic book as well. They all the same damn skin complexion. As I sit here on this live right now,
I never understood that.
As I sit here with you and I, and Daryl, it is irresponsible for us to buy into what they put out there about us when you, I, and Daryl are 3 different skin tones of black. We different.
Oh yeah, no, I know there's different. Obviously, I know there's different shades of black people, and there's even different shades.
Colored that way in comics, though.
Right, and it's that coloring that's not being done that's enabling you and other people to say Every superhero that's released that's black is supposed to be dark skinned. That's
Brown
nonsense.
number 5. They all
That's
brown.
nonsense. That's nonsense because what you're saying is your medium skinned brothers and sisters can't be superhero. Oh no, they all got to be your complexion.
Look at us, Dave.
No.
We're all 3 different colors, Dave.
Listen,
regardless of where we come from, Dave, if I don't look like you, I can't fly. If I don't look like you, I ain't got no X-ray vision. If I don't look like you, I ain't got no super strength. When I say look like you, I mean as dark as you. I can't do a damn thing but stay black till the day I die if I ain't your skin complexion. I got to be black, dark to get skin. Watch this. You can't be black and be damn near be a superhero in regular comics. Now you telling me for me to even be that, to get superhuman ability, I got to be dark skinned.
Listen, I would have been fine if they cast an actor with either of our shades of brown, but they cast the most. They cast the most red boat.
So I couldn't be John Stewart. Hold on. I couldn't be John Stewart. So tell me,
you can be John Stewart.
Superhero based on the coloring in the comics.
You can be John Stewart.
Based on the coloring process in the comics, what superhero can Gerald Theopolis be? Based on the color, not what David would have him play. Based on the coloring in the comics, what black superhero could I be?
I've seen John Stewart colored in your skin tone. The problem is they went for, like it's almost like casting Halle Berry as Storm or casting Michael Ealy as Black Panther.
We hated that.
Solid actors. Aaron Pierre is a solid actor, so I'm like, all right, we're gonna let this fly because he's a great actor. And also, and I'll even argue, because my friend was like,
did they get Mr. Terrific right?
They got Mr. Terrific right, but one of my friends brought it up.
Did they get Carter Hall right?
Carter Hall?
Yeah. Hawkman. Did they get him right?
Oh, like he's a white dude in the comics. He's black in that movie.
Technically, he's Egyptian.
Watch this. Why is he white when he is he's a reincarnation of an Egyptian king and Egyptian prince? How that happen? I'm sorry, an Egyptian king and an Egyptian queen. How that happen? He get to be white. How Mark Spector get to be white? That's Jewish. You mean tell me an Egyptian god bestowed his powers on a Jewish person? You mean Kent get to go in there? Dr. Fate goes into an Egyptian tomb, and right before he take a dirt nap, the Egyptian god give. Oh no, because we didn't see too many mummy movies for that. We know how that go. That ain't how that works. Deities are very jealous of one another.
Hey! What a good point, Kamoyo. Ray Fisher.
He wasn't like, but he wasn't still like he wasn't. He still wasn't.
Was he the same color as Victor Stone is in the comics?
Nope.
All right, but John Stewart, an icon. Because my friend brought up to me, he said, "Hey man," he said that same thing. He said, "You didn't have any problems with Cyborg, and you didn't have any problems with War Machine."
But nobody had a problem with Kang.
And like, you don't have problems with that. And I'm like, yo, but like I've grown up in cartoons and video games, seeing a dark-skinned black man, or just even like a brown-skinned black man, be John Stewart. And now we get British Michael Ealy playing John Stewart.
What if I told you that me and Aaron Pierre are probably the same skin complexion? So
you are not You're not.
Because he's not as light skinned as Michael Ealy at all.
I saw him at a premiere. He is great actor, nice dude, but he's a light skinned man with green eyes. But the only thing that's what's making me go, you know what? He'll be fine. I mean, dude played when he was cast as Malcolm X.
You know what Kamoyo does for a living? In the chat?
What?
He works at a print shop. 17 of them. 17 shades of brown. Why are we only using like 2 or 3?
Oh yeah, like for Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer, like that was one thing that when I got into just making comic books, and what I'm happy about with this next phase is the mom is light skinned. Harriet is a darker tone. The husband is more of like a chocolate brown, and the daughter is like a happy mixture of both. And just moving forward in these next issues, thank you. Oh, cool, dope. Thank you for sharing. You know, having everyone have a different tone because that's like the three of us, you know, we're different tones of brown, which is nice, and that's the reality that we're in. But even in fan drawings I've seen of Aaron Pierre, which I think is like I've just been like whatever about it. When people do fan drawings of Aaron Pierre, they always draw him as a dark skinned black man. They draw Aaron Pierre and then they color his skin with skin as dark
the reason why I asked the
as
question that I
mine.
did, the reason why I asked the question that I did in regards to Jon Stewart making his first introduction is that the non-comic book fan is not aware of this. All the black characters that were created dark skinned. We weren't the ones involved in the colorization process. We weren't the ones involved in the editing process. Jon Stewart, Jefferson Pierce, T'Challa, Luke Cage, Sam Wilson, they all the same skin complexion. Misty Knight, they all, regardless of where they hail from, they're all the same skin complexion. But here's what we're saying.
I agree with that. That is true.
Right, but look at what I'm saying. That was something back then done by those that weren't us, based on limited technology. That should not be what we're using to define the availability, the accessibility to roles of black actors and characters. That's crazy to me. Now I do understand certain characters. Aurora is from Kenya. That's what that is. Okay. Well, T'Challa is from Africa, but we know all Africans ain't the same skin complexion. Still, we're gonna make an allowance. There's no reason why we're sitting up here saying Luke Cage, because folks would hold studios to that expectation. There's no reason why we're sitting up here saying Luke Cage, the actor that plays Luke Cage, got to be as dark skinned as the actor that plays Sam Wilson, got to be as dark skinned as the actor that plays Jefferson Pierce. We're really and I thought we had got past this with the movie School Days, Good Bad Hair, See If I Care. But we as black people are watching ourselves being pitted against one another over some of the most silliest behind reasons. Now it's colorization. And those that's making that argument don't even know what they're talking about. They don't even know enough to have an opinion because of where it started. So that's just me. We want ourselves a huge service.
What is it? Neil Adams, he went to, I'll send you that video later on about when it came to time to make Jon Stewart that character and where he got the inspiration to make that character and how he went through hell with DC. That first what's funny about, you know, we're having this conversation about different shades of brown. They were like, oh, let's make, at first they wanted him to be Asian. And then he's like, no, like I really want it to be this, because he got inspired by that that Olympic, it's like the famous Olympic picture. It's a black man who's on number one, and he's standing, you know, with his fist up.
Yeah, the two black athletes that protest.
Carlos and Tommy Smith.
Yeah,
and he's like that's who should be this new recruit who is well qualified to do this. It should be him. And the DC was like, what if it's an Asian guy, or what if it's like another white guy? You know, I think they say, well, and he's like, nah, like I really just feel like, you know, we don't. DC doesn't at this. I think at the time DC didn't have any black superheroes at this time, or if they were, they never really, they weren't like prominent.
I think Jefferson Pierce is the first black superhero Daryl, you have to tell me if I'm right or wrong. I think Jefferson Pierce is the first black superhero in DC. Who is it?
Nubia showed up before Jefferson Pierce did.
Anywho,
Okay.
listen, I just grew up with this animated series of seeing a non light skinned black man who talks like this.
John Stewart showed
Is
up.
John
That's
Stewart,
right.
and even reading the comic books, uh, and having to be a proud, intelligent black man. But you know,
Now, see,
it's James Gunn. He's a good writer. Well, he's not writing and directing. It's the same folks who did Watchmen um, on HBO, who are doing this Green Lantern TV show. So they said Aaron Pierre had a great screen test. Like I wanted Trevante Rhodes to be John Stewart. I'm like, and also there's like, I'm like, there's tons of dark skin or black skin, people out there that could have done this role. But hey, I didn't see the tape. I watched this movie with this brother, what is it, Rebel Ridge, and he was solid in it. So I'm like, all right. Oh wait, but back to this thing I said before. What's it called? And he's not just it's not just being sort of reduced to primary colors. Like that's how they're interpreted, and not even in comic books, also in animation and also different forms of media.
right. But I'm asking you
Cannon
as an
Busters.
intelligent. I'm asking you as a critical thinking black man. Whose interpretation are these characters seeing these eyes through? It's a white man. That's what I'm saying. It's like we're putting all of our days, and I want to make, because I'm sitting up here, and based on the lighting, when you look at the pictures of the two dudes that was doing like this, the complexion changed. The complexion changed. So I'm like, what are we saying? Because when they throwing the leather glove up and the fist, the Black Panther Party was around back then, and who we were looking at as far as being the leaders of the Black Panther Party wasn't necessarily dark-skinned dudes. This is a dangerous thing we're playing because we're re-embracing separation based on somebody else's expectations of us. A white man created a black character. Now, what we're doing as black people is limiting ourselves, who this character can be, based on what a white man considers black at a time when the technology was limited. And we've seen, you and I have seen it. John Stewart then went through several shades of brown. But what we want to fixate on, because a white man said, I want the character to be black, dark skinned, or the character can't be medium brown. And to your point, I still ask the question, I ain't got the answer yet. What? Because this is important. I got kids. We got little kids out here that want to be superheroes. What superhero can a medium skinned, light skinned black person be superhero that's already out there that's black?
Like I've seen John Stewart portrayed as with your skin tone. Like
I'm
I've seen
saying
that happen.
outside of John,
Which
because I want to move past that. What black superhero can I be based on what y'all got out there? Me and those that look like me. You say you're a proud black man. I'm a proud black man. My black is not enough though. So what superhero that's out and about right now that I or other brothers and sisters who look like me can be?
I'm not getting the question, like because I think I've
The
answered
question
it
is, okay,
already.
every superhero out right now is dark skinned. There are no medium brown, light skinned brown superheroes. DC, Marvel. Your comic, yes. We're not talking about that, nor Advent Comics. We're talking about the big two. I'm asking you, because all the superheroes are dark skinned. Based on that fact, what superhero can I, a proud black man, be based on that's out there, that visual aesthetic? What can I or any other proud Grand Madame Tarot is a high light skinned sister, proud black woman. What superhero can she play? Black. It's 2024. Ain't 1974.
So,
She can't. She
so
can't.
what I believe he is saying is, since comic book characters are all depicted in one complexion, one color, or very, 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 very close to that color. He's asking what characters are there out there that aren't those colors. There, and the answer is none, or one or two,
It's
but we
none.
don't know who they are because they don't get enough plug. They don't get enough airplay. They don't
Right.
like
Is that the
my
message?
man Greg.
Is
My man
that the
Greg.
message?
Look at that. Look at the complexion.
This is Sam Wilson, John Jones. Who else? And there's
Hey,
also there's not a lot of black characters anyway.
And
and see, that's my
But
point.
that's the
We're
point right
spending
there.
when we're talking about us uplifting one another. I take that very, very seriously. When we talk about black imagery, black representation, well, we got black kids. Every black child ain't dark skinned. Every black
yes,
child
I
ain't
agree
poor.
with it.
Every black.
Like,
So we're sending a dangerous message because our kids are listening to this. We're sending a dangerous message when we're buying into what we know is faulty in the first place. Comic books don't have medium brown, light brown, black superheroes. They don't. But our sons and daughters do envision themselves being those superheroes. We are sending a dangerous message when we're telling our children they not dark enough. We already had this conversation. You weren't around back then. We already went through this back in the 70s, though. And it seemed like we ain't learned from our history. We letting ourselves be maneuvered into this again because of a fictional character, when we honestly should know better. Our expectation levels, our IQ as black intellectuals should be beyond this. Should be beyond it. That's crazy to me.
if Jada Pinkett Smith gets cast as Harriet Tubman, then I don't want to hit. No,
Stop that.
I'm
Stop
kidding.
that. We're
I'm
not doing
kidding.
that. Stop that. We ain't going there.
I'm
Harriet
kidding.
Tubman
I'm kidding.
existed for real.
I'm kidding.
Harriet
I'm
Tubman was a
kidding.
real woman. I'm not
I'm kidding.
casting
I'm
me to
kidding.
play
I'm
you.
kidding.
I'm not casting me to play you. I'm not doing that. We're gonna honor the source material.
I like that. Hey,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
hey,
I'm kidding. No,
hey,
but I know what you're trying to say.
You'll be very angry here, tell me.
What's it called? But like for me, it's because one of my friends when I was like, because I had mixed feelings about that casting still, and he was like, "Yo, man, you didn't have that feeling about War Machine when Terrence Howard got cast. And usually, War Machine has always been either brown skin or medium brown skin or dark skin in some of these things, or same thing with Cyborg, where he's a medium brown skin person, and in some parts of the comics, he's been dark skinned." And I think for me, it's John Stewart as just like an icon too. And I just like maybe how I've grown up with that character is I have a very like, I think there's no other way to describe it. It's like in just the iconography of it, of how I've seen him in TV and in video games, and how he was portrayed. But with Aaron Pierre, I'm like, if he was just some dude who couldn't act, and it was just like, hey, we just cast this dude. I'm like, hey, this man is a solid actor, and he's been on Broadway, or he's been on like British stage, and then just the movie that came out with him, dude killed it. I would have cast him as Martian Manhunter or Aqualad personally.
Watch this.
Yeah.
You tell me about your affinity, your connection with John Stewart, right? Let me tell you about mine. So I'm gonna tilt this camera back a little bit, and I'm gonna swing it that way. So you see that Green Lantern thing? It's every lantern in that box.
Mm-hmm.
Every lantern in that box. John Stewart is a Marine.
Yes.
So am I. That's a deep connection right there. That's nothing to play with. I appreciate that aspect of it. He's a Marine. What's the difference between me and John Stewart? None. He's a Marine. I'm a Marine. He tough. I'm tough. Now they got him projected as being taller and everything like that. But why can't I be a Green Lantern? Willpower. That's what John has, right? A man of conviction, intestinal fortitude, integrity. Those are the things, traits we talk about all day, every day, twice on Sunday in the United States Marine Corps. I understand that. John Stewart, quite a bit more than just the average comic book fan. But I can't be John Stewart. Because society has just told me I'm too light. I wasn't too light.
You're not.
No,
I literally just. You're not light skinned. You're not. You are not light skinned. No. No.
Okay.
I've seen John Stewart portrayed in every shade of brown that is across this screen, and I would have been fine with it. Damson Idris, who was as dark as me, auditioned for it. It didn't happen. The other brother that was up for it, I forget this brother's name. He was your complexion, and I think who else was up there?
Okay. Hang on.
A dude lighter than you got it, and then snap. I might have to leave in like 10 minutes, though.
That's perfect, Dave. That's perfect. Okay, now as far as complexion, Juju is in the comments, and he has named off multiple characters. Okay, Deathlock during the Eve Urim run. Okay, Silhouette, Monet, and Miles. That's 4 characters, Juju, compared to how many black characters there are in all of comics. It's unbalanced. And that's all we're saying. We're not saying there are absolutely 0 light-skinned people in comics, but and I believe somebody had alluded to Danielle Cage. Danielle Cage is always depicted as either light-skinned or damn near white or yellow. You know what I'm saying? So we're not saying there aren't characters in comics as black people that are light-skinned, but the dynamic of it is unbalanced. That's what we're saying. If it's thousands of black people in comics, why aren't there thousands of characters of varying colors?
Like I said,
all right. Fixing the comic books, not in the movie, not in the TV show. Damn it!
This comic book right here. That's the prime example of all the characters. We could talk ad nauseum and everything like that. We were talking about comic books first, but this comic book right here is a prime example of the problem when it comes to it slipped past the editor. So, and I'm not saying it slipped. No, the editor looked at it and said, "No, it's good." Well, I ain't the editor. Now, Dwayne McDuffie might have looked at it and they'd be like, "What's going on here?" Like, what y'all doing? But nobody else thought too damn, and ain't nobody thought too damn. And that's what I'm like, ain't nobody else really thought too damn since they've been putting the comics out. You might have a few people that's sensitive to the colorization process, but by and large, ain't nobody really giving 2 damns. So I don't like I said, we could talk ad nauseum about it and everything like that. I think we just have to be careful and be more responsible. Not talking about you. Because for Darryl to bring it up, it was a whole bunch of stuff going on social media where you got people going in and you be like, is that really what you do? And like, they don't even know what they're talking about, have not put the work in that you've done as an artist. I'm gonna say as an author, as a writer. What we've done is people that review, look at these. It was so much separation in regards to how we were viewing ourselves as a people. I just don't want us going back down that road. And it seemed like this is just another ploy, not that we doing it, but another ploy that we're falling for in being separated. We don't know why they cast Aaron Pierre. We don't. I could play the conspiracy theory and say they cast him just for us to be at each other's throats like we are now.
Oh, that they cast him because
for the record.
Like, listen, when I heard it was between him and Stephen James, if I'm just thinking Stephen James is the tone I grew up with. What's his name? What is it?
Stephen
Damn.
James.
No,
Stephen James.
that's the actor that was also up for the role.
Stephen James.
What is that? That's his
Yeah,
name.
let me go back. I might be thinking the wrong person.
I don't think you're
But no,
thinking the
like,
wrong person.
but no. What's his name? Is a better in my opinion. I've enjoyed Aaron Pierre's work better than Stephen James. I think that's his name. I could be wrong.
Nah, that's Stephen James. The Stephen James I was thinking of is old boy from I'm Gonna Get You Sucker that played Kung Fu Joe.
No.
But he passed. He passed already, so yeah.
Oh no.
No.
Stephen James. I know who he's talking about. Actually, Stephen James. Stephen James would make a better John. Yeah, it's Stephen. It's Phan.
Yeah.
Not
It was down to it was three. It was Damson Idris. Damson.
The dude from Race.
Yes, yeah. Damson Idris, Stephen James, and Aaron Pierre were all auditioning for it, and I think Damson Idris, great actor, but I was like, like Jon Stewart seems like I want like he just seems more like really young and kind of boyish, and even Stephen James seems really young and very pretty much like a boy, and I just imagine like. Again, like this is a guy that's a Marine who's had to make those bitter compromises and had to long suffering, but it's also like a tough dude. So I just imagine watch Moonlight. Like, dude, what's his name? I just said his name earlier. He was my number one pick. Trevante Rhodes, who I don't think gets enough play in Hollywood. He's always like a supporting dude, and he always plays military. Like dudes who I know who were in the military. He plays it. He there's like a reality to it where it's very grounded, it's very focused. And I just imagine that dude being Jon Stewart. He played Mike Tyson in the Hulu TV show. So I'm like, yo, that dude should be Jon Stewart. But for whatever reason, he wasn't considered. He's the same age as all these other brothers. Damson Idris, he just dropped out of it. He was in the running, and then he was like, no, I don't want to do this anymore for whatever reason. And then it was down to Stephen James and Aaron Pierre. And I'm like, oh, Aaron Pierre is a better actor. So you got to go with the better actor. Stephen James is the right, as far as my comic booky icon, whatever, what I grew up with is that tone. But you have to go with someone ultimately who's going to really breathe life into it. I even think it took me a while to warm up to even Don Cheadle as War Machine because I really like what Terrence Howard did.
I ain't even gonna lie to you. I ain't even gonna hold you. I didn't. Because I was like, Don Cheadle, we could have said that was the right skin complexion. Definitely wasn't the right physical aesthetic.
Nothing else. Nothing else.
Yeah, I thought Terrence Howard, played it well. And I was really looking forward to him being War Machine. But him and this,
he was a little machine.
He was looking. That was funny.
Mini
machine. Hey man. Well, yeah, that was funny. Because John Favreau, they didn't say this because it's kind of mean. Like Terrence Howard was talking about his journey.
Hey, didn't Nick Fury call him Little in Iron Man too?
Oh yeah, he did. That shit's funny.
Just kicked your ass and took your suit. I'm like, he called Little.
I know. Little bro come in. But to your point, I think what we're looking at here, and I could be wrong. I'm hoping that ain't all it was to it. Aaron Pierre is 6'3", and the other cats we talked about are 6 feet tall. So I don't know, depending on what they were looking for. Did they cast Hal Jordan first?
Yeah, they cast Hal Jordan. Hal Jordan is because they're going back to the 80s where Hal Jordan, Jon Stewart is a recruit. He's brand new.
It's like a buddy cop movie.
Yeah, it's Training Day, but
so
with Green Lantern.
Where we want to get, because I don't know how tall the actor is that's playing Hal Jordan. It might have been they're looking for some contrast. I don't know. I'm just completely spitballing because the young man that you talked about, Stephen James, the way he had his beard and his goatee and everything like that, that was Jon Stewart from the Justice League cartoon. If they cut his hair off, he's bald head, he still got that goatee. So to your point, yeah, I wouldn't have been opposed to that. I wouldn't have been opposed to that at all. I don't know why they selected him. I told somebody because his eyes gonna be lighted, easy to turn green because he got them hazel eyes.
He's a great actor because with Jon Stewart, you got to get someone who can do the physicality and embody the military aspects of it, but then also like this is Jon Stewart year one, you know. And even though as a kid growing up, like I always like looked up to Jon Stewart as like, oh, this is a manly man, and but he's supposed to be only like in his late 20s in the comics, or in like his late 20s, early 30s. All those actors are all 33, 34.
Yeah, Aaron is 30. Aaron is 30, so they can get some longevity out of it if they choose to do so. I don't know. My thing when it comes to just, I don't want to say I'm jaded when it comes to the current landscape of superhero live action content. I just wanted to get the story right. Like make sure the story good. I believe the actors gonna do what the actors gonna do, but you can't overcome a bad script. So if they get it right, I think they can get some longevity out of it. Aaron Pierre would be able to play the role for an extended period of time. I don't know how long James Gunn's attention span is, commitment to those characters and everything like that. But
the coach from Friday Night Lights is playing Hal Jordan.
Bro, that's why when folks kept saying, I was like, I don't like it because there ain't that big of an age gap between the two of them. So now you got it almost like Hal is going to be giving John orders. That ain't that dynamic when it was. No, Hal was the senior officer, but it wasn't that big of an age gap. No, Hal might be maybe 2-3 years older than John, but not, I'm old enough to be your father.
That's what's in the Al Jordan had gray streaks, but he wasn't 60 plus like Kyle.
Right. That ain't what that was.
Yeah, he's 50. Yeah, they were looking at other actors, but they
he had been around. He had been around longer than most superheroes.
Yeah, I think that they were looking at different actors. Like I think it came down to Chris Pine at one point was going to be Hal Jordan, but I think they were like, nah. They were like, nah, like you were in Wonder Woman, this is gonna mess it up. So let's have our own new. And Kyle Chandler's not a bad actor. He's a good actor, and you know, in
Friday Night Lights.
In Hollywood, if you 60, you know, they taking all these vitamins and herbs. You know, Tom Cruise is like signed on to, you know, do like I just watched Tom Cruise ride a motorcycle off a mountain. All right, and he like 70 years old. So it's like,
but he crazy.
Yeah, but like all these vitamins he's taking, they're like, and Tom Cruise is like, I feel stronger than I was when I was 25, and I was like, shit, you know. So you never know. But oh snap, I actually have to run, gentlemen.
Real quick,
yes,
Dave,
sir.
Tell us what's going on with Harriet Tubman before you bounce.
Yeah, we're gonna do a re-release of the graphic novel collection that you can pre-order now. January 15th, it'll be in stores nationwide. What else? And then we're gonna keep continuing more Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer. I want it to come out before the end of this year, issue 7, but that's probably not gonna come out until I want to say March of 2025, issue 7. And issue 8.
We're waiting for a March release.
Yeah, March or February release date.
Because last time it was the fall, and I was like, "Yeah, the fall."
Yeah, it was gonna be fall, but like,
I got 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah, I'm gonna be, you know, more strict about the different artists because, you know, most of these comic books take time, and you know, I was kind of going through a thing with like artists taking forever to draw it. So
yeah,
I had to kind of.
I like the Kane and White cover.
Oh yeah, Kane, he's amazing. He did a great cover. But there's other artists I was working with who, sorry, this place I'm at is closing. But I rented office lounge space. But no, like artists, you have to deal with different artists and their schedules, and some artists will be really fast, and some artists, they take their time. Like there's one artist, I won't say who it is, but it's a brilliant, iconic Black artist who's done stuff for both Marvel and DC. And this artist is doing issue 8, and they are a year. I haven't seen anything in a year, and I paid this artist, so I have to fire them, unfortunately, and hire someone else. So you deal with stuff like that a lot in comic books, which sucks. So that's been why there's a delay, and I'm sorry about that because when you're working with Black people, especially Black artists, you want to pay. You don't want to. You want to work with them only, but if they're like, I'm like, yo, it's been a year and I haven't seen anything. Yes, I want only Black artists on this book, but what matters to me most is that the book is out and people can read it.
Right.
So
well, I think it's important for us to, like while you're, stuff like that is going on and everything that's completely out of your control, is that what we say, if you know us, grow us, and sharing is caring. Well, we talk and still keep your name prevalent, front and center, still keep the character on Harriet Tubman, Demon Slayer, keep all that front and center. So everybody knows you still out there and you still putting in that work, even though they might not have something to hold in their hand at that particular time. So,
And at any rate, I'll keep pushing it, man.
He do.
Thank you.
I'll keep it in the forefront in everybody's head. So when it finally do drop, I'll be like, see, I told you.
Yeah, and they can't say Daryl got it by himself. No, little bro buying the book too. So little bro and big bro can have conversations y'all can't have. So
thank you. Well, gentlemen,
everybody is quite satisfied and happy with your appearance. They are thanking you for pulling up. You are always welcome. Honorary member of the Rock With Me Nation, as far as I'm concerned. Pull up anytime, man. We appreciate you being here. 2 hours, 12 minutes. We good.
Thank you. And everybody, if you want to order the graphic novel of Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer, you can go to my website, kingwoodcomics.com, and you can order a bunch of graphic novels, t-shirts. If you order $150 worth of stuff or more, it's free shipping and handling. And we have different Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer hoodies and t-shirts as well. As we were talking about how cold it is, we have hoodies now that are dope and awesome. Please order that on my website, kingwoodcomics.com. And that's all I got.
I need her iconic headpiece. I need that.
I'm working on that. What's it called? I met someone who makes bonnets, and I gotta wear a bonnet now because of the way my hair is right now. And she was just like, hey, like, what if I made bonnets out of your character? I was like, yes, please. Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer bonnets. But yes, I gotta run, but thank you all for having me. Appreciate you. Man, and there'll be anytime. But I'm gonna run. But thanks, guys. Appreciate you. Thank you.
For sure. All right. Well,
man.
That was a show, Doctor. That was a show.
That was right. Y'all see me. I'm in here. Y'all like, Theo, what is you doing? I told y'all we getting this Wakandan dioramic ready. And so we taking folks down off the wall because we need them for ready access. You feel what I'm saying, big bro?
Oh, I did. I'm gonna go over to Michael's here probably tomorrow and get me some stuff. I'm gonna make me a couple of dioramas.
Y'all like, what is going on? Like, listen, no, we got a whole bunch of action figures. We done with Halloween. We done with October.
Oh, I'm done. Yeah. All right, I'm already go with some more stuff.
And if I'm not mistaken, big bro, help me out. Wasn't there somebody born in November?
Somebody. Yeah, somebody was born in November.
Somebody born in November. It's a method to Theo's madness. Yeah. So it was somebody born in November. So
yes, there
because that
was
person
a very prominent actor whose middle name is Aaron.
method to your boy's madness. So because that brother was born in Africa, I'm gonna say born in Africa, born in November, what we're going to
On
do
the
is
same day as my youngest daughter.
y'all thought it was a game, didn't you? No, it's not a game. We're not play pimping over here. So what we gonna do is we gonna get this diorama together, and we taking down action figures right now so we can make sure action figures are where they need to be when we put our hands on them, so we can go ahead and display some stuff. And we're gonna have our Wakanda diorama, and we're gonna leave it up for the entire month of November. We're gonna leave it up for the entire month of November. That's what that's gonna be. And it's gonna be something for the ages. I'm looking forward to it. I'm thoroughly excited, stoked and everything like that. So that's what we got going on. Daryl, you say you going to Michael's?
I'm going to Michael's. I'm gonna find me some things because I fooled around in there the other day. I'm like, I don't need to buy no diorama. I can make my own. Totally. But look here, I'm gonna do a couple comic book reviews this weekend. That's probably about it for me. I'm enamored with these pictures, bro. I'm be shooting me some stuff.
True. Well, Georgia play Florida tomorrow. Y'all know I don't really do nothing on college football Saturday. I don't. I'm sorry.
I ain't mad at you, man.
But what I am gonna try and do though, I am gonna try and get out because I owe it to my fellow Devil Dog Juju and everything like that. I'm gonna get out Ramrod 1 before this week is over with. I'm probably gonna buy the digital copy to save about me and my back some lower pain issues and everything like that. But yeah, we're gonna get Ram God out.
Oh, the Ram God. Yeah,
we're gonna Ram God issue
Ram God Sports Network. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, boy. Definitely.
Y'all like what y'all talk about? We like, hey, if y'all don't know, we gonna try our best to tell you, but they got some over there. They got some. They got some.
Hey, but Massive, they the same ones that distribute Davis stuff.
They be what? They the what?
Massive, the ones that do Ram God, they the same ones that distribute Davis stuff.
I just thought about that. That Massive logo is on there. Damn sure is. Hey, man. Hey, Massive.
What's happening?
Listen, man, we see what you got going on. We see what you got going on. We see
and grabbed us some of it. I grabbed me some. I'm like, I got a couple of them. Don't he look like John David Washington on that cover?
He do. He do. He do. And I don't want nobody lying telling me that ain't who they designed him after either. Don't even do me like that.
Oh, you know it is. I can tell by the way it look right off of that Creator movie poster.
So give me 1 second, big dog. Give me 1 second.
Okay. I'm texting. I'm gonna have to get out and get something here. Oh, Juju, you waiting on your reviews, huh? I only got 3 issues right now. I guess I like what I have seen so far. Let me put it like that. I need to see a little more.
We back.
I need to see a little more. But yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Juju, like when we gonna do reviews?
I'm gonna get this Ram God out before Sunday. I'm gonna bust that down tomorrow. I read the first 3 issues. That damn. So I'm gonna get up tomorrow morning, fix me a nice little cup of coffee. You know what I'm saying? May get up at 8, knock it out, drop by 12 o'clock. That way, college kickoff, first game kickoff at 12:45. I'll be good to go. You know
He timing it.
Hey, because you get up and you shoot the script, and it's like, okay, let me write the script. That might take 5-10 minutes. Then you sit up and say, let me record it. The video might be 5-10 minutes. That's 20. Then you sit up and say, okay, now I got to find the appropriate pictures to go along with it, edit the photos and everything like that.
That's the time consumption right there.
So, like I said, I'm looking forward to it. I liked it. Actually, truth be told, I'd have had a Ram God review done by now, but it's like, damn, I don't want to use the comic book to take the pictures of the photos. But if I'm not mistaken, you can order digital copies. So I'm of the mindset, let me order the digital copy, download that, and go from there, because that does save my back. And I'll be trying to save that. But I want to ask you this question.
Sir.
What are you going to be doing for your diorama, action figure wise, setup wise, that is probably different from what somebody else has? Because I'm excited. I'm excited for both of us. I want to see what you gonna do, because I like what old boy did. I do that. I love what he did. What you bring? What you got?
The ancestors. That is what is going to be different on mine. We will see a Bashinga. We will see a Mosey. We will see a Mamadou Fall. We will see an Azuri. So that's how it's going to be different.
Y'all heard him?
I say expect at least. Oh, and I can do Nahanda too. So expect at least 6 ancestors in that diorama.
Did y'all hear him? I just want to make sure y'all heard him.
I ain't stutter.
No, he ain't stuttered at all. He said it with his chest. He said, well, I'm not necessarily saying I'm going to have all that. Casper Cole and the White Wolf.
I like that White Tiger, boy. I like what you're doing with that.
Man, you do listen, Mr. Smith. I got to give it all praises to Mr. Smith. We gonna have Casper Cole. We gonna have the Griot. Should he show up in there and everything like that? There. The Border Tribe. The Border Tribe gonna be there. The Jabbar Tribe gonna be represented. The High Toots that I say, oh my God. D.
Oh, before I forget, somebody in the chat asked about when they get their Avengers 19 review and they Black Panther versus Predator review.
Okay, you know what? I guess I might be busy. I'm gonna be busy. I'm gonna be busy. I'm gonna get up. No. Because I was gonna do it on, but I'm gonna get up. I'm getting up tomorrow, 8 o'clock. What time is it? 11:58. I ain't staying up till 3 o'clock in the morning.
And Theo, that's why I said I'll be doing comics. And other than comics and shooting pictures, I don't want to burden myself and promise some stuff I can't deliver.
Man, that's why I said I'm gonna order this digital copy of Ram God, because I like doing the digital copies. I ain't gonna lie, and it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm gonna ask you this question: are digital copies less expensive than the physical copy? I asked that question. I asked the question for a reason.
It's the same, man. It's the same, man.
I think so. But the reason why I asked is because comic book historian, comic explain, shout out to the late great Benny and everything like that. They buy digital copies. So it's like, oh. So that's how you got them photos showing up like that. So I'm saying myself,
you got storage space like that to be storing a bunch of digital copies, then God bless you.
Yeah.
All of us ain't got space like that.
Watch this. But me and you ain't got to buy digital copies. We kind of.
Yeah. Is Ram God there?
Ram God ain't on that though, damn it.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Ram God is not on that. What that hurt me in my heart. I'm like, damn it, what are y'all doing? Y'all supposed to be available for us. What are y'all doing? Ram God, you selling
that's the downside of some independents.
I'm in my feelings about that.
Because they got limited distribution, they don't get they don't get on every outlet. So they got to function in the space that they have available to them.
We might need to hit the folks up that we deal with and say, hey, we need y'all to start putting Ram God on y'all sheet. Because y'all, it's right there. The comic book store is carrying it, but y'all ain't giving us what we need to do what we need to do. So we need y'all to handle y'all business. We need y'all to handle y'all business.
I do too, D. I do too. But I also record my radio shows and put them on that drive as well. So a lot of stuff on there.
What he said? He said an external hard drive. I think I got a 2 terabyte.
That's what he's talking about.
Yeah, I got a 2 terabyte. It's some stuff on there, but I got a lot of room.
I don't save anything on my computer. I save it all on an external drive. So pictures, videos, all that's on external drive. That help with the speed. But
yeah,
y'all already do that.
But yeah, big dog, I'm excited. I'm thoroughly looking forward to it. The Queen Mother Moon, the Lord have mercy. When that head sculpt get here.
Oh, I've been interacting with Art Man Custom. He been liking the 10 days of Halloween stuff. So I'm gonna have to hit him up and go ahead.
Yeah, man, hit him up. He stay busy and everything like that. So it's gonna take a minute for you to get it. But once you get it, you got it, and it's a beautiful thing to have. It's a beautiful, like I said, Mr. Smith sent me that collar. Now I went and looked at Mr. Smith's White Wolf. He painted his collar. I said, oh, that's the difference. Because I was trying to figure out why my collar looks so different. Like, well, I ain't gonna paint mine. I like mine with the little gray collar and everything like that. I like it like that. Yeah. Hey. I like it like that. So, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. That thing right there, man. Oh man. I don't even want to do what you do because I know you finna get you some of this. You finna start using this right here. He finna start using this right here. From folks that used to be folks that used to be Caucasian finna turn brown real quick.
Oh, I already got that Batman. He already black.
The one that we got from the Frozen. You dyed him already? You dyed the whole thing at one time? Turn the darker color darker.
I will paint the boots and the bands. Yeah, it needs to be a different color anyway. It needs to be all black anyway.
Now, for those that are sitting up here saying, well, what is Daryl
talking about? What are they saying?
I'm going to help y'all out. I think we got it around here somewhere. We got it around here somewhere. We looking. We looking. We looking. Keep looking. They juking. They juking. Aha, get it, girl.
Yeah, you better make sure Juju get them reviews, boy. He's chomping at the bit for that.
Listen, I got him, big dog. I got to do my brother right, and I ain't gonna do him wrong. I got him. Here we go.
Oh, Grand Madam got jokes. She said, "What shade of brown?" Yeah. Cause see, all of that gonna need to be a different color anyway. The arms on the arms and the head, all that got to be a different color anyway. It needs to be a stronger.
What y'all got going on?
Black.
Listen, and this is a nice spot for a tail.
I got a tail too.
bro. I don't know why we finna overcook the grits when we ordered the stuff already.
Yeah, I've got tails. I got more than one tail.
I'm talking about, remember we ordered this stuff right here?
Yeah. That's that.
Yeah, man.
For me, that is going to be that's going to be my Mosey.
What action figure are you using for it?
For Mosey?
Yeah. To put that, you gonna put that on there?
Yes. I already have it on something.
I'm saying what action
I just
figure
gotta
specifically?
paint it. I just gotta paint it. What you saying now?
I said what action figure specifically?
It's a it's the Gray Gargoyle.
Okay.
Yeah, and Gray Gargoyle already has the feet that I need and the hands that I need.
You using him?
I still have him. Yes. That's probably going to be my Mama Duval. I probably have to like put some kind of, because he got tats.
Y'all like, Theo, D, what y'all got going on? We in the lab. Don't look at us like that. We in the lab.
But they here. But we ain't gonna keep them, and we ain't gonna keep me because I still gotta go to the store for it closed. Look here, y'all. We appreciate y'all pulling up tonight. We always appreciate y'all pulling up, because if y'all didn't pull up, it wouldn't be no show. So thank you very, very much for pulling up and allowing us to entertain you. Thank my guest David Crownson came out to come hang out with us and talk the talk and walk the walk. And of course, I would not be what I am on this channel if it was not for the efforts and the love of my brother over there, Theo B. So respect, appreciate you, brother. Look here, y'all. That's it for now. Fret not, but we'll be coming at you with another one of them other ones. I am D-Real. That, excuse me, is Theo B. And this has been Friday Vibin. Y'all come check us out again next week when we have some stuff for you. I guarantee you, gonna be lit. Peace.
Yeah.